This is the fourth year I tried this thing and it finally worked out. The plan was to do 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, and 1 hour of cardio every single day. It's important to know your limits. And I did. I also divided the exercises into 5 sets of 20, which I could realistically do throughout the day. Everything went well until I became ill one day, and then I just lost all motivation because I skipped one, so I gave up. So back to the drawing board. I realized that my rule of every single day is too strict. So the following year I used the calendar, and if I had to skip a day for whatever reason, I would just move it sometime in the future. This was great, because I could avoid some situations when I did the exercises in weird places just to stay on track. But it came with a price, a harder day to come. Eventually I went for some traveling and found myself in this situation, and I gave up again. It was just too scary somehow to continue at that point. I thought about it more and I realized that the multiple sets during the day is also bad. The body does get used to it, but it never recovers 100% because there are no rest days. So I grouped the exercises together and dedicated some time to them instead of trying to integrate them throughout the day. On days that I felt exceptionally good, I even did twice as much, freeing up the next day, which I have to say feels amazing. It doesn't mean that I have to skip the next day, it just means that I can, and it's mentally great. I started to feel like I'm getting stronger, but then in the summer the same problem happened again. I thought that now I would be strong enough to handle it, but no. I started to do the exercises in a sloppy way, I wasn't happy with it, and eventually I gave up. This year, no special preparations. I just tried again, and then summer came, I became lazy, and I looked like this. And my calendar started to look like that. But then, I started to plan upcoming lessons, and this Dragon Ball Effect series that I'm working on. And that was the motivation I needed to get over this wall of difficulties. I also started to tell people that something great is about to come. So that made even more pressure on me to stay on track, and it did. So I guess the lessons are: know yourself, be flexible, and try to find ways to stay motivated. I have my own way of staying motivated, which I call the web of motivation. And I'm gonna make a video about this at some point in the future, so stay tuned.